So before we see the circuit connections, first we look at the circuit diagram. Okay, so you have a transformer here, you have a HV side and LV side. Okay, so this HV side is now connected to a supply. Okay, for example, you are having a supply here. Okay, so here you are actually applying a 415 voltage primary. So that means you have to provide a 415 voltage, so that is normally taken from R and Y of the three-phase supply. Okay, after that you have a DPST switch. Okay, then you have a fuse. So then you have a ammeter, voltmeter, wattmeter, then primary winding. Okay, the secondary winding you have ammeter, then voltmeter, wattmeter, then again you have a DPST switch and it is connected to a load. Right. Okay, so you have to first calculate the range for this. Okay, how to calculate the range? Right, so you have a nameplate details. Okay, on the transformer. Okay, so you have a primary voltage, secondary voltage, and you know the capacity. Okay, that is a power rating, that is a 1 kVA. Right, the frequency is 50 Hz. This is your nameplate details. Okay, that is written over here. Okay, primary is 240, secondary is 440, then the power is 1 kVA. Okay, based upon that. Right, so you have a primary voltage 440, secondary voltage, okay, 240. You just consider this. Okay, power is 1 kVA. Okay, so now you have to calculate the primary current. Okay, how to calculate the primary current? You know, power is equal to V into I, because transformer is rated in kVA. Okay, so you can able to straight away write the power expression without power factor. P is equal to V multiplied by I. So I is equal to power divided by voltage. So if you see, the primary current is 2.272 amps. Right, so from that you can able to calculate the meter range. Okay, for ammeter and voltmeter range. Okay, how to calculate it? So 2.272 into 1.25, you will get around 2.84. So nearer to this particular value is 0 to 5 amps ammeter. Okay, so moving ion instrument, because it is an AC. Okay, so next one is a voltmeter. Okay, your primary voltage is 440. So 440 multiplied by 1.25, that will gives 550 volts. So nearer range is 0 to 600 voltage, MI, moving ion, right, AC. So next you have to calculate the range for rating for fuse. Okay, so you know the value of current here. Okay, 2.272 into 1.25. So that means 2.84. So the fuse you have to select 5 amps. Right. Okay. So next you have to calculate the meter range for the secondary side. Okay. So secondary side. Okay. So you have the power, again the same power. The voltage is now 240. Right. So secondary voltage is 240. So power divided by voltage, which will gives current, that is a 4.166 amps. So 4.166 multiplied by 1.25, so which will gives 5.2 amps. So nearer to this particular value is 0 to 10 amps. Okay, MI meter used for a secondary side. Okay, then the voltmeter. Okay, again 240 into 1.25, that will gives 300. So you have to use a 0 to 300 voltage MI instrument. Okay, so what about a wattmeter? So here you have to use a unity power factor wattmeter. So for the wattmeter, you have to consider the same voltage here. Okay, for example, for a primary side, 600 voltage, 5 amps wattmeter you have to use. For the secondary side, you have to use 300 voltage, 10 amps wattmeter. Right? Okay, so these are all the things about the range calculation. Right? Okay. So now we see the circuit connection. So here you are having a three-phase supply R, Y, B. Okay, so we want 440 voltage. So we are actually taken from a R and Y phase. Okay, from a R phase, okay, connection is actually given to common of the voltmeter. Okay, from the common, okay, connection is taken and it is connected to a ammeter. Okay, from the ammeter, 5 amps. Okay, connected to the M of the wattmeter. M and C is short circuited with the help of wire. You can able to see here. Okay, so this yellow color wire. So M and C is actually short circuited, right? So from the L, okay, connection is taken and it is given to the 415 voltage phase. Okay, red color point. Okay, so next again from the Y phase. Okay, from the Y phase, from the supply connection is taken and it is given to a 600 voltage of voltmeter. From the voltmeter connection is taken and given to a 600 voltage of the wattmeter. Okay, from the wattmeter it is connected to a neutral of a HV side, right? 415 voltage side. Okay, now we see the secondary side connection. Okay, secondary side it is actually connected to a load. Okay, right. So here from the phase of the transformer, again it is connected to a common of the voltmeter. From the common of the voltmeter, connection is given to the common of ammeter. From the 10 amps of ammeter, connection is given to a M of the wattmeter. Okay, again here also M and C should be short circuited. Okay, so after that from the L connection is taken and it is given to a load. You can able to see here. Okay, right. So now we will see the neutral connection. Okay, so from the LV side, from the neutral, okay, so connection is actually given to a 300 voltage of the voltmeter. Again from the same point, okay, connection is taken and it is given to a 300 voltage of the wattmeter. Okay, again from the point the connection is taken and it is given to a neutral point of the load, that is actually marked as black, right? So by the way, so connection is completed now. Okay, so now this circuit is ready for experiment.
Now we have started our experiment. So the switch MCB will be situated at this position. So now it is made on. So after, if you switch on, the supply to the table will comes to the RYB and then it will indicate in the voltmeter. So here our voltmeter we have connected in 600, but our observed value is only around 205. So the scale is for both reading, so 300 as well as 600. So since it's my terminal is connected for 600, so my multiplication factor is equal to 2. So the actual reading is equal to observed reading into 2. So 205 into 2, so my input voltage is 410. So 410 is nothing but 3-phase AC supply.
So now the supply is given to the circuit. So now what you have to do, so this one is actually the load test on single phase transformer. Okay, so under no load condition, okay, here you can able to see the load. Okay, so all the load switches are in off position, right? So there is no load applied to the transformer. Okay, at that condition you have to note down all the readings. Okay, just see the tabulation of this particular experiment. Okay, so in this tabulation you are actually measuring the primary voltage, current and power. That can be measured with the help of a, okay, primary side you are actually connected to a voltmeter, okay, then ammeter and wattmeter. With the help of that, this primary parameter you can able to measure. The secondary side also you have a, okay, voltmeter, ammeter and wattmeter, you can able to measure the secondary parameter. Okay, so based on the primary and the secondary parameter, you can able to, then the wattmeter is connected in primary and secondary, so input power and output power you can able to measure. Okay, so after that you have to calculate efficiency and regulation out of this particular thing. Okay, so first we measure the reading under no load condition. Okay, under no load condition you can able to see here the voltage is around 205. Okay, so 205. Okay, you are actually connected between 0 to 600, but your scale is on 0 to 300. You have to multiply it by 2. So 205
into 2.
5. Okay, 205 into 2. That will give 410. Okay, so 410 is your primary voltage. Okay, next you have to measure a primary current. Okay, so primary current. Current is actually 0 because the machine is under no load condition, right? Transformer is under no load condition, so the primary current is 0. So primary power is also 0 because current is 0, so power is also 0. Okay, so in secondary side you can able to see the voltage. Voltage is around some 232 voltage, right? So secondary voltage is 232 voltage. Secondary current is again 0.
Current is also 0 and the power is also 0.
Right?
For first reading.
For the first reading. So you can able to clearly say that the input power is also 0. So output power is also 0. Okay. So this is for a no load condition. So for the next thing, okay, you have to switch on the load. Okay. So you have a load here. Okay. Load switches. I am just turn on the one switch, that is a 2 amps. Okay, so now you can able to see here there is a variation in current, right? Okay, so first we look at the voltage. So
205.
voltage will be around
Same 205.
So 210, 205, 204. So 204, okay, multiplied by 2, so that is 408. Okay, that is my primary voltage. Then my
for,
primary current,
Ammeter, since the point is connected with 5 ampere, so I have to note down the 5 ampere scale corresponding reading. So my current is 1.3 ampere. Is it right?
yes, 1.3.
3 ampere.
Then my power,
So 110. 110.
okay, so power is 110. So 110, so multiplication factor, okay, so you have to consider here you are connect between a 600 voltage, 5 amps. Okay, so 600 voltage, 5 amps. So 600 voltage, 5 amps, if you see, okay, so normally you have to multiply it by 4. Okay, that is your input power. Okay, so 110 multiplied by 4. Okay, that is your input power. Then you have to note down the secondary voltage. Secondary voltage is here around 210.
228.
228. So secondary voltage is 228. Secondary current,
Secondary current is 1. Since the scale is connected with 10 ampere, my output terminal, so I have to see the 10 ampere scale. So 1.5.
1.5. That is my secondary current.
1.5.
Then secondary power,
So here also slightly less than 110. So we can keep it as 105.
105. Okay, 105. So you have to see the multiplication factor. It is 300 voltage.
10 ampere, 300 volt.
10 ampere. Okay.
So it's connected with 300. So it's connected with voltage as 300 and 10 ampere. So 10 ampere, 300 means the multiplication factor is 4. So 105 into 4.
105 into 4, that is your input power, right? Okay. Okay, so then you can able to calculate the input power here. Okay. Right.
Next reading.
So next reading. Okay. So now I am actually turn on the next load. Okay. So now you can able to see the primary voltage. So that will be around 407. Then my current around 2.25. Then my power
To 25.
225. So 225 multiplied by 4, right? So then my secondary voltage
220 voltage,
220, secondary current
3.6 ampere.
3.6 ampere,
So here 210 power.
210 multiplied by 4, right? So this is our reading, okay, under a 3 load condition. Okay, we cannot able to load above that because we already reached the rated current. Okay, so we cannot able to load. If you go beyond this load, okay, transformer is normally overload.
Now we are going to switch off the load. So if we switch off the load means then the meter readings are coming to 0. So this is your tabular column. So here from this, after multiplying, so just we are going to write the input power and output power here.
Input power here for a 0.
110 into
okay,
4.
110 into 4, you will get
440.
440 watts. Then for the 225 into 4, okay, you will get around 900. So next output power 105 into 4, so 420. So 210 into 4, so 840. Right. So based on that, you can able to calculate the efficiency. Efficiency is 0 here. Okay, regulation also 0. So efficiency is output by input. So 420 divided by 440, if you put, you can able to calculate efficiency for under this particular load condition. Okay, for the next load condition, okay, again output is 840 divided by 900, which will give the efficiency under this particular condition. So next you have to calculate the voltage regulation. So you know the percentage voltage regulation formula. Okay, so that is a V naught minus V divided by V, right? So V naught divided by V naught is actually the no load voltage. So no load voltage you can able to see here in the secondary, so 232. Okay, V is the load voltage. Okay, under this load condition the voltage is 228. If you put 228 here and here, you can able to calculate the percentage voltage regulation. Okay, so here you can able to calculate the voltage regulation under this load condition. For the next load condition, okay, again the V naught is same no load voltage 232. For this load, okay, the voltage V is actually 220. So 220 divided by 220, if you put, you can able to calculate voltage regulation under this condition, right? So based on that, you can able to draw the characteristics curve. Right. So this one is actually the characteristics curve. You have to take output power in x-axis, efficiency and regulation in y-axis. Okay. So with the given parameter, okay, you know the output power and you know the regulation and efficiency. With this parameter, you can able to draw this characteristics curve. Right. Thank you.